Yeah. You rocking with your boys, so all rights reserved. I'm about to get the setup together. I'm gonna do it a little later. I'm gonna see who's up with the late night crew. Your favorite rappers time, your favorite movie stars time. Let's get into it. The lesser of evils. Lesser evils within the case. Think about it. Now I told you that someone spoke. Now, do you consider it snitching if it was somebody that's closer to it than we suspect it, or do you find it normalized if a witness is speaking a certain way? Now, remember what I said. We don't even know how these witnesses got a pass. We don't know how they got into position that they got. I address fake witnesses. Now they got witnesses that are on the case. Think of the difference. There's a difference. Think about it. The fake witnesses I called out, nothing really came of it. The people who we presume to be witnesses that are on the stand, they're claimed to know something, but they've actually been involved a certain way. That's what's crazy about it. You see, I've been looking into it and I can't seem to shake one thing. There's one thing I can't shake. If we are going to say someone told, as we would think so, in the case we're looking at, what was the motive for them to tell if they're not directly involved? What was the motive to tell? That's key. Now, I also want to bring something up. You remember how there was issues with people speaking to TheCzarr. It seems that now they're tracking down different people that have more to do with some things than once before. Are they finally on the right case? Are they finally dealing with the right situation? That's key. Oh, that's key. And I promise if you don't get it now, you will. Is that key? They're finally looking into the right situations. That's what's up. That's what's up. But let me put this out there too. If I'm looking at this affidavit and I'm seeing someone speaking, the question is, what is everybody doing? What are the moves being made? The first step and the first move deals with yourself, getting yourself out of harm's way. That's the key first step, whether you realize it or not. I'm just keeping it real. If the mastermind's not looking out for the mastermind, he's not making the right decision. Because before anything, he has to set himself up so he's not facing the same trivial situation, if I do say so myself. But off that, thanks to everybody on CommenterNation, Patreon for being patient. I got something coming for y'all, especially tomorrow. It's going to be very civilized how I set it up. It's going to be chill. I think you're going to enjoy how I plan to do this. And I think it's going to be enlightening. There will be a system that y'all are able to contact me during the show. That will be set up. It's already in motion, already together. I already have most of the things I need. All I need to do is figure out what I want to add to it and a difference maker. Hard work pays off. Always work hard. When you hardly work, you ain't putting nothing in. There are a lot of people that get it off the backs of others, as we've seen with this case specifically, if I do say so myself. Now, I know I couldn't put this conversation in the title that I'm about to have, because if I did, it would probably get flagged. But I'm going to go ahead and bring it up anyway. Here's something else I wanted to discuss with you. Think about all the people that slandered him. Think about all the people that took shots. Ask yourself why. What was the motive? What did they gain out of it? And I'm going to let you think about that part, because I'm not going to lead you on that one. Think of all the people that we didn't understand in the situation. Think about why they moved how they moved. Very interesting, correct? Now, I want you to presume this. If I'm to presume that any one of the people that are witnesses is a liar, what would that do for the case? Now, we already have fake witnesses that lied, and I brought that out to you for a reason. What if we have actual witnesses that lie and had more to do with it than they presumed, and now they have immunity? See, I couldn't put immunity in the title or do anything like that, because if I do that, these guys would be acting funny. I don't know. They act funny because they want to act like that's not granted, when we all know that that's given to people that are witnesses. You gain a level of immunity. They make you immune. They make sure that you can't hold no responsibility no matter how it goes down. That's normal. That's nothing new. How would you feel if you found out immunity was granted to witnesses that didn't deserve it? Would that make you think differently of the court systems or the people for lying? Nobody that has anything to directly do with this is safe. I know they tell them they're immune or this. You're not safe though. You got up on the stand speaking against the suspects. It's heavy on both sides. There are people that love these suspects that want their innocence. And there's people that are outside that want someone convicted. But you see, the difference is if a suspect's begging and claiming up and down to someone that they're innocent, how does that look on you and the person that's telling on them a certain way? Especially if they're really guilty, but they took the immunity and they're running with it. I looked up some of the records of the people that are witnesses. I want to know, what is the limits of accepting someone as a witness? Go listen. If you happen upon any name of a person that's on that list, check their history. Dog, I wouldn't believe if they farted. Like, I wouldn't believe nothing they did. It's crazy because now they're about to damn these guys' lives and they can't be trusted. Some of them have worse crimes on their record than the suspects. Namely, to be specific, Michael Boatwright. Some of them have worse charges. So how am I supposed to believe that you're going to get up here and tell the truth now? How am I supposed to believe that? It's very awkward. It's like, do they want to prove something? But then again, they're in jeopardy because if they were allowed to get experts and different people by the judge, there's something known. And the witness that is on that stand will not know it. And I don't see a subpoena to make them speak. Please tell me if there's a subpoena to make them speak. And if anybody has that, let me see it. So that makes me feel like you're willingly doing it. So if you were part of it and you're willingly speaking against them, you're a snitch. That's about. If I go out, let me repeat to y'all what I said snitching is. If we go out together, we do a crime, and I get locked up, and they said, oh, he's singing, he's talking. That makes me a snitch. We did the crime together. How am I telling on you? Why am I going to tell on you? How can I? And keep any type of credibility? If I knew about the crime and they told me to be quiet about it, it doesn't matter if I was mowing the lawn, it doesn't matter if I was washing the car, and I didn't let someone know right away because X is going off of it. So how are you going to not be seen as a snitch when you knew and you didn't say nothing, but now you want to speak against them to get them convicted? That's a snitch. If you were involved at any point in this case and now you're telling on them when you helped, you're a snitch. That's how it goes. I'm telling you how to. That's the code. I don't care what these other guys saying. Oh, he's a witness. He wasn't part of it, but he's still snitching. No, you're a snitch if you're part of it. If I had direct knowledge, now I'm against it because I don't want to get in trouble for something. When I could have prevented it, you're a snitch. I just want to put that out there. And that may be cryptic to some, but if you think about it, it pretty much spells the picture. You're a snitch. Bottom line. It's not. The snitch isn't the suspects fighting for their freedom. The snitch is the person trying to get them convicted. You're the snitch. You're the snitch. Bottom line. That spells it out. So you get how it works. Because I think you guys don't understand how snitching works. I think it's a far off concept. They're like, oh, they're snitching because they knew the person. If they weren't involved and they were subpoenaed, that's different. That's why I said, show me who was subpoenaed. Because let me get into this part. Probably couldn't mention this in the thing either. There were witnesses on that list that lived near each other. Now, Let me be honest. That, in my opinion, is rare. How is it that one person, and remember, this occurred at a business, an establishment. The two people that live near each other live nowhere near Riva. How does that happen? How does that happen? They weren't together allegedly. So how did you both have something to do with that? It sounds like a system. And that is going to be in the title coming. It sounds like a system. I have a system that certain people in certain areas do certain things so something can happen smoothly. Now, remember how I told you these suspects were caught? Think back to that. You want to tell me out of these, what is it, like 15 to 20 witnesses, the people around that are affiliates, remember I told you the Judas theory, remember that none of them know one cop or one investigator or someone that is with the system that does something a certain way that can mislead or guide in the opposite direction. They don't know anyone. I'm waiting for them to say they don't, because the moment they say they don't, I'm going to show who has a career as a snitch. This is crazy. This is crazy. Someone is a career snitch. They've never been on that tough stuff they talk about. They've never been a part of it. You are actually the reason people around you have been locked up. That's a fact. Now, I don't know if you're some type of agent. I don't know if you do something a certain way. You are literally a career snitch, a glorified level of snitch. Whereas you get the inside info on everything happening, and your guys end up getting in trouble or locked up. This is the normality around you. I can't make this stuff up. You are the epitome of whatever code they brag about. You don't fit to it. And I've been watching for a while thinking they act so tough. They want to look so tough, but you're a glorified snitch. You really are. I mean, it's to the point where if everybody that gives the respect knew what you truly did and what you really are, you would be the basic level of what they tell someone to never be. Because I'm looking at the data, I'm like, why does it look like they get supported by the cops in certain situations? How did they get away without a record? How are they doing all this tough stuff they speak about, but they ain't getting bagged? I'm like, this dude's a snitch. There's no way around it. How do they get picked up on this, but never get charged? How do these people around them get picked up? Some of them never charged. I think a ring of glorified snitches were butthurt and set him up to some extent, were involved to some extent. That's what it looks like. That would also explain why the cops moved the way they did. See, people want to call 6ix9ine an informant. What did I say about that situation? 6ix9ine wasn't the only one. Are you stupid? You think 6ix9ine alone broke that case? No, there was someone else tiptoeing around that it was their duty to expose it. That's why it went down so smoothly without them knowing. There was someone that knew what moves they were going to make before they made it and knew to tip off 6ix9ine. I see it here. I see it here. I see it. And let me tell you something. Even if you do slide out of this, you understand that you're a liability. You're a liability. You are a liability to the system. You're a liability to what the streets are defined as around the music and the imagery your other people take up on. And it's gonna be a matter of time until, just to be safe, they take care of you. I can't make this up. They won't even know what you were. It's gonna be that you moved so funny. They said this guy is a liability. I can't make this up. And here's the thing. Let's say you are a lawful snitch. I'm not going to expose it. I already know that they'd be pissed. They'd be mad at me. I'm gonna let them do what they do. But you know what you are. You're the one getting all the good out of the situation. The women, the money. Oh, you get your highs and stuff. You get all of that. But what's about to happen is that phase is over. And you are strictly a liability. I see it written all over you. See, that's what makes me a little confused. These guys live this life. They out here. And you can't see a real snitch just when they're not saying, "Hey, I'm a snitch." I was looking at things they said and was like, "This dude's a snitch." I was looking at how you moved and knew you were a snitch. I'm like, this dude, I was like, there's something funny about him. I was like, his affiliates, his record. I said, this guy don't get charged for nothing. I'm like, how is that? I was like, then I started seeing shortly after you avoid charges and things, I see other people get locked up. I see other people go down. And I started thinking like, wait, something ain't right. I was like, something is not right. Your dudes around you seem to go down for everything, but you stay free. You seem to get money and everything out of nowhere, comfortably saying whatever, but you stay free. How is that? I know people that went down for way less, and you stay free. I'm like, hold on. This dude's this dude's a snitch. And it probably has something to do with the people you see hopping in the comments that were saying to me, "Oh, Czar's the agent." Yeah, I'm an agent weeding you out. Because I see you. They don't see you. They probably won't see you. They won't get it either. But I see you. I saw you since the beginning, but I gave passes on it because I'm like, maybe he's just weird. Then I looked at it. I was like, wait. I was like, this guy, all I see is speeding tickets. And then I looked at some people around. I'm like, wait, the fake witnesses. All I see is a speeding ticket or two. Now, I know this broad is on that nose candy or something. She's out of pocket. You're on something. And you're telling me all you got is speeding tickets? No, 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 no. Then I saw people around them getting locked up for serious things. I said, wait. So I checked around you. People around you getting locked up for serious things. So you ever hear the term birds of a feather flock together? You're flocking around all these people and you ain't getting no charges? I was like, that's kind of crazy. I was like, hold on, let me look some more. Look some more. Looked at the history. You're really avoiding charges. Either you are an informant on the inside, a designated snitch, or you're just a glorified snitch, someone that finds a rush getting out of trouble snitching when you do the crime with them. You mastermind the plans, then everyone around you gets caught. And it makes me think, guys, get where I'm going here. Is that why X kept getting locked up? Is that why X kept getting locked up? Is that why he kept getting locked up? Why they kept cuffing him? Because you were snitching on the backside? Is that why he got locked up? See, that's where it gets interesting. Because when I think of the most you do and I match it up with when he's getting locked up, it starts making sense to me. I don't know about anybody else. I start to see you. I see you. I see you. Like, and I'm thinking to myself, if I'm supposed to be respected by everybody, how much does respect run if we're all together living this gutter life and you can't be trusted? I told people to look around them and split around. I told affiliates to watch out because I know when someone's snitching, I can see you. I see you. That's what I look for. That's what I find. And it's spelled all over you, snitch. But what you do is you have a great image. Your image is so powerful, people seem to overlook that you're snitching. They'll even look at the situation like, yeah, that person needed to go. They'll speak like that just to get your respect. That's how respected you are. But I see you snitching. I see you look like a snitch. I don't know where they do that at. I don't know what part you're originally from. You look like a snitch. You look like the type that snitches. We know your type. If anyone I know seen you, they'd be like, yo, bruh, he a snitch. He's not really. It doesn't matter what you said. Oh yeah, they'd see through. You're a snitch. You'd get seen through because you're not authentic. I can see it. The authenticity is to hide you informing on your boys. Let me ask this. How well did X really know them? How well did he know these people? That's what I want to know. How well did he know? Were you put in place to meet up with him somehow? Really? Because I've seen he honestly wasn't doing major time on cases until certain people came around. Certain people was around. Look into it, y'all. Certain people started coming around when he started really getting locked up. Look at it. And let me tell you something, just so you're not confused. Recently, dealing with Cali, and I'm not going to say the case, the name, they demonetize me, run me when I speak about it. They're like, oh, don't speak, don't. They don't want me to do what I did with this, with that. Because I'd pick that apart in a second. But there is something dealing with a documentary, I'll say, because I watch a lot of documentaries to learn and things. In this documentary, the undercover cops, they were able to smoke with you. They were able to drink with you. They were able to go girl hunting. They were able to commit felonies with you. The deepest ones, taking people out with you in order to convict you. That is a fact. Matter of fact, some of the people that they were calling OGs on testimony of a woman was declared to have been an officer of the law undercover. I'm telling you, guys, I'm trying to tell you fact. I'm telling you. So when you look at this case, don't look at what people say, what they do, how they're like, oh, I'm so hard. Don't think of it that way. Some of these dudes are really snitches, okay? They'll go ride on some. Listen, in this documentary, they were riding on people with dudes, like killing rival gangs, still an officer. I'm telling you, that is the way in the extent. Now we're in a new age. That was in the 90s, guys. In the 90s. What do you think it's like now? You think these guys really ain't a part? Like, I'm trying to give you insight. Don't think a person's image prevents them from being a glorified snitch. Don't ever think that. The moment you think that is the moment you lose sight of who they're actually part of it, guys. They're riding with you, but they want you locked up. That's why, what did I see, dog? I was telling y'all truth from the start. What did I tell you? TheCzarr's talking. What did I tell you? Do your dirt alone. I told you that. I told you it twice. I told you it 3 times. You guys want to do dirt with somebody with you, do it alone. That's how the best have done it and gotten away with it. But because you already did dirt with the glorified snitch knowing, things are in jeopardy. Listen, here's how it works. That glorified snitch gets locked up, right? You think he's going to get an interrogation where they videotape him? He gets a special interrogation that's very silent. They won't record it. He gives them intel they need and they make a move. Do you think that wasn't used in the scenario of dealing with catching these suspects? How do you think I knew what they were going to do, dummy? Because I saw how this person was going to give the information to him. You can doubt me if you want. I knew how he was going to tell the cops. I knew it. And he did just what I expected him to do. Then that, off the rip of that, I said, that guy's a snitch. That guy's snitch. I seen how he was moving. I knew he got them guys involved. Now what's crazy is they got experts and stuff on the case. And I want to ask you at this point, do you think they're luring the suspects into a situation where they can't say they're not guilty, but all they can do is pull more people down? That is a chess move on how you make your inside men free of being discerned like your suspects. Do I have to get into the art of war? Do I have to go into the art of war? That, I'm telling you, the mind is what I molded. This is art of war, okay? I get my inside men out, but I let the men they got involved, they conned, that thought that was my homie, they thought was authentic. I let them take the fall. I let them take the fall to the point where I back my guy out and put him back to work. I put him back into there because now he's getting me new, fresh convictions. I'm trying to tell I can't tell you no other way. If you don't get this, you won't get nothing. You want to live a life of crime, then you got to understand how Czar's kicking it. You want to live your life like crime, get the message, get how to move. I'm telling you how it's done. I know they won't listen to the guys watching in secret. It's just a few. It's not many. It's like one or two. Listen, they aren't going to do what I said anyway. They're going to keep hanging around the snitch. They're going to keep glorifying the snitch. Doesn't matter if I tell them. They didn't listen from the beginning. Why would they listen now? If they didn't listen from the beginning, why would they listen now? Let me tell you something. 40,000 write-offs at the least minimum per year on each head. That's not money enough for me to send a snitch in? 40,000 per head. And if you're doing life, that's even more. I have for sure money. If you're young, even better. You're 25, 22. I at least got 20 years. I'm going to be getting $40,000 write off of you into the system. They don't, like, yo, they don't get it. They think this music thing is a game. They think, oh, I'm going to feed my family. It's not that simple. It's not that simple. You are a part of a system that wants to consume you. Let me ask you something real quick. Because I need to understand where the youth is thinking. I see a lot of y'all all the time. I got to ask you what you're thinking. If I want to make a living, right? Say I spent 20 years working a normal job, working on my craft on the side, okay? How much more money do I make than being locked up because I wanted to get that 10,000 right away? When I could have made that in 2 months putting in work. There's many opportunities to invest. But I'm going to get it right now and risk my next 20 years being locked up. Do you see how stupid you look? That's why they laugh at the black culture. You're a joke because you move like a joke. We got a lot of Caucasian men, Indian men, Asian men that are working for some type of lifestyle, to have some type of gain in life, and you want to get it quick. 20 grand on the spot robbery, 50 grand. Let's say these guys did go for the money. 50 G's for them to be locked up for 2 years. In 2 years, yay or nay, 2 years they've been locked up. Nearly. We're getting there. It's actually a year and a half, but it's working there. A year and a half to 2 years. Could they have made $50,000 in 2 years rather than being locked up? That's wrong. Do you see how stupid? Do you see how stupid these guys are? Like, I mean, you guys are a new level of dumb. You're so dumb. You make blacks be ashamed. I don't care whether you're saying you're Haitian, you're black, you're Jamaican. I don't care. You make people embarrassed to say they're the same race as you. Really, dude. You really do. And this is not saying that there's no Caucasian criminals, there's no Asian criminals. We know there are. But we are the culture that glorifies it, and they're most popular. Name one of these rappers who's out here still doing that crime over making music if they're getting millions off music. Name one. And if they are, they're dumb. They're dumb. You're taking a risk for thousands, which is pennies compared to you if your assets worth millions, to get locked up 10 years, 20 years. When you could have made that couple thousand you went for in a month of you doing music, shows, deals, sponsors. Really? But you're going to take them glorifying it in music and ride out to it. Do you see how you're a part of the trap? Do you not get how you're a part of the trap? I'm sorry. If you don't get that, I honestly have no respect for you. I gotta be real. Because if I don't keep it real, I'm not being a real black man in the first place. What do the old school blacks do? They educate the younger ones. That's what they do. I was educated by many different people. You're still on the dumb You could have took your money and invested it and attempted an investment, lost all of your investment, still made a profit more than you being locked up. You want to do things to help your family, but if you get locked up 10 years, how do you help your family? Do you get the logic? You don't get the logic. Oh my goodness. You really don't get the logic, do you? Because there's really snitches that do the crime with you, snitch on you, they stay free to enjoy their sick fantasies. That's a fact. If it's not making sense to you now, I can't help you. You think homie's with you, and homie's trying to see you fall. Homie's trying to get you locked up so he can get his couple thousand from being an informant, a freaking super snitch, acting like he's hard. Because the state will allow him to do it. He's undercover. But he can kill with you. He can steal with you. He can eat with you. He can sleep with you. Nah, he really, I heard some sleeping with people's going on, but we going to leave that alone. We going to leave that alone. Bottom line, you still don't get it. You're still a victim of the system. All you're worth is $40,000 a year. That's all you're worth. $40,000 a year is all your life's worth. Really? Really? Are you for real? Are we gonna be that petty? Are we that petty? Let me ask y'all something. When I first hit this joint, I grinded. I had videos hit 90K easily, 20K easy. Why do you think my views have gone down? When they saw that I started speaking to you a certain way, they were like, oh no, oh man. Because I know how to speak to you. I'm good at it. Speaking's what I do. I know how to say it to you so you get my point. They even let me know behind the scenes was sending me random emails. Like, it's crazy. You think they don't want me to speak to you a certain way? Do you think they don't want me to speak to you a certain way? You think they didn't? This X thing, you think they wanted me to do it? Oh my goodness. If you only saw how they were treating me when I first started this, how they were treating me. Then when I did a certain video I won't rename, because that's when they backed off. They were like, wait, he's about to say something else. And respectfully, I backed off of saying what I was getting to. I backed off of it. I had people hit me up behind the scenes like, yo, why are you gonna go there? And I agree, because they weren't responsible. But you gotta understand, when your little mans is running out here, doesn't know what he's doing, that's a problem. That's why I tell you, It's the greatest nation since United Nations. People want to see me say it, but it's for a reason. Everything I say is for a reason. That's all fact. I promise you. It's nothing light. You're talking to the czar. It ain't nothing light. My knowledge, come on now. Everything they think I don't know, oh, I know. I just choose whether or not I'm going to say it. Don't think I'm stupid. You look at the playoff scruff. I take time and I read and understand. I watch everything. You name a YouTuber, I seen them. You name one YouTuber, I know who they are. I seen them. I already watched them. Probably years ago. It's different. I mastered who could be an enemy, and I mastered who's just a YouTuber. I learned all of this. That's why when the random people come around, oh, I already wanted you to come around. You're not coming because you want. You're coming because I know you're going to come, and I want you to come. You see the difference? When you mastermind, you could do that dance. That's the difference between being built for media and then you're just somebody being groomed for it. Understanding. I know who the best at media are. I know who does this. I've incorporated that because I said, you know what? That's good. That's who you make a mentor. That's who you watch. That's who you take time to understand. Even though I know all these YouTubers, doesn't mean I got to sit around and watch them. I remember a YouTuber that had like 30 million subs made a subscriber. Like they linked up to my YouTube real quick and backed out. Like they didn't want to be friends. I know they watch. I know they watch. Some of your favorite YouTubers have been through this channel. They just choose whether to speak or not. I rock with a lot of them. But some of them I don't. And I address the ones I don't. Especially when they spoke up a certain way. They only did what I wanted them to do. Thank you for the help. Thank you for the help. You did what I wanted you to do, my guy. And whether you believe it or not, they're still hating on me. Still. I know they were hitting up YouTube like, why is he getting so many views? Take him down. I know what you did, dummy. You think I don't know? And yeah, they're going to do that because they're like, well, you've been here longer. We're going to respect it. But I still booty smack all you, like, I still booty smack all you lames. All of you. All of you. And you know it. So here's what I have to say about that YouTuber tip. Put my name in the title. I will come out like Candyman. That is on everything that I stand for. I'll come for you like Candyman. I promise. And it's going to be just like the movie. Oh, I'll hunt you just like the movie. Say my name. And I pop up out of nowhere like Candyman. I'm that guy for real, for real. See, what you take as, oh, he has to be an agent. Oh, he has to be this. That just tells me you don't know about anything else. That just tells me you don't understand the method of something that is beyond that. And I knew they wouldn't. That's why I did what I did, because your reaction was planned. Guys, look. The gift you're seeing here, you can call it insight, but it's beyond that. I told you the bloodline. It's beyond insight. It's something else. I'd rather not go into detail or name it, but it's something else. That's how I know what they're going to do. You could say it's something like seeing the future when dealing with any type of case. That's how I can tell you investigators aren't going to get close. The ones that were set to the case, they're never going to get close. The other people around, the experts, they're going to shed light on some things. They're not going to reveal it without 10 or 20 of them talking. That's why I told you, are they convening behind the scenes? sharing info. That's how they're gaining something called insight, because they're sharing information, which isn't illegal. They could be friends in the state and share information. The judge could join them for drinks. Do you get what I'm saying? You got to understand how the system works in order to get the motive and movements of how they're trying to understand what's before them. You see, it's deeper than suspects. It's deeper than X himself. This is an example of what a glorified snitch, not seen, causes. I can't make that up. You can say, oh, he's a lie, or that guy would never snitch. He's so hard. Your guy's a snitch. Not only is he a snitch, he's looking to still snitch. Now, I bet you money, mark my words, after this, he's going to see how he can. No, let me talk to him. I'm sorry. Let me talk to him. Sorry. You're going to try and find a way out of this situation of you snitching. But I want you to know you already did your dirt. What you've done has already opened up a event that is to happen because of the way you did your snitching. For the time period you did your snitching. You think they're going to let you back out now? They're going to put you to work like a horse. No matter of fact, they're going to send you on diverse missions. Okay? And you don't come back with something a few times, you are going to get handled. You're a liability. If you run your mouth on something when you're a part of it to that level, you can't come back, my guy. You've done a level of snitching that not even a snitch in the streets does. You've been with them, hung around them, did the crime with them. Now you're telling. Either you're an officer of the law, you're a glorified snitch, which puts you with the system, or you're someone who just likes snitching. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. Because there's one thing I know. Somebody was a point of contact for these suspects, and you know who it was. Somebody around you was plotting. You may have been acting like you were in on the plot to make the plot. But bottom line, you dealing with it a certain way is going to be you telling a certain way. I know you are. You were in on the plot. Matter of fact, they let you in on the plot because they thought you were that authentic. But I knew you weren't. When I seen certain things being said, how you move, your character on and off social media, I had to get you watched. If I didn't have someone watching, I wouldn't actually know. I knew you were a snitch. You did that crime with them, then you told on them. You're a part of the problem. You can't be the solution when you're a part of the problem. Then something you said after this went down, I said, I know he's telling. Ooh, I know he's telling. I know he's telling. I knew it right away. Because nobody would have answered the way you answered unless they had some predisposed knowledge of what was going on. That's why I had told you, maybe it was a little late, maybe you weren't watching, maybe you didn't know that I told the witnesses, watch what you say and how you move on social media, because I could see it and I could know that you were a part of the crime. I seen it. I said, this slimy snake, this snake MFer, this dirty, crooked, foul snake slithering for the women, for the booze, for the high, for the money, and then wants to tell when it's favorable. I know it. I know it. And if they look close, everyone can see it. They'll see it if they look close. Because here's the thing that I had to look at. When someone's authentic, it's felt. It's normal. It's not an action you do. It's felt. It's known. When I seen how hard they were trying to be authentic, I said, that guy's a snitch. It's how hard you were trying to be authentic. Like, let me give y'all a hint. A lot of these videos, you see a lot of guys nowadays flashing guns. Let me tell you, that's not smart. What I was taught by OGs who did it, okay? I don't know who around you did it. When they said you don't show, the only time your weapon shows is when you're shooting it. You never just show it to dance and stuff, show it to be hard. You pull that thing out. You wet someone up and let it be. And if you do it the right way, you ain't got to run from the cops. I was taught that stuff. I was taught that stuff. And to see you don't know that, it shows me either you're a little naive, but when you spoke, it was too smart. See, I would have called you naive, but when you spoke, it was too smart. I was like, this guy's too smart to not know that. He has too much comfort, which means you're too comfortable doing it, which tells me you feel protected. And it has nothing to do with spells, has nothing to do with any of that other stuff people are saying it has something to do. It has to do with you know someone that's in law. You know someone that's involved, whereas you feel you'll never be implicated. Bottom line, you moving that way, I knew something was wrong. I knew something was wrong. I actually know people that to this day live that life. I knew something was wrong. Especially when I see a bunch of dudes around repping gangs, I was like, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Especially, now let me give you another hint. Somebody that allegedly knew you had words with me earlier, and they were claiming gangs and stuff. And I said, whoever they have as an OG is either he's an idiot or he raised some idiots. The way they move told me that you were phony. Now, let's explain what that means. See, they want phony to mean, oh, he says I won't shoot a gun. Listen, a lot of people shoot guns. I know some country boys that'll ride 20 deep and shoot the weapon when they pull it out. Back country, yelling yeehaw and everything. I know them. It's not that. It's that I said if they were truly a friend to him, without anything being said, those suspects would not have made it to the courtroom. I'm just keeping it real. Those suspects, if someone took out my dude and I really was in the mindset for revenge, they would never have made it to the courtroom. This is past facts. I don't care what you believe. You wouldn't see a courtroom. Matter of fact, shortly after, they wouldn't find you. That's a fact. I can only keep it real. I know I keep it too real sometimes. They wouldn't know. They wouldn't know. If you took someone I love, I'd be reckless with the movement, but they wouldn't find the evidence. They found these guys hiding out, which told me someone on the inside made a special phone call. Someone on the inside made a special phone call to tell them how to move. But what you couldn't do is tell them how the investigator was going to capture him. I did that. I did that. And they still failed. And that's when I knew whoever the mastermind was, you're smart, but you don't know anything about law. You don't. You would have told them to move way different. I told them step by step what to do. They couldn't even do it. So whoever their OG was, you didn't teach them discipline. You didn't teach them how to listen. So I said, what gang are they actually a part of? And they don't know how to take other people's criticism and learn and evolve from it. Any type of group affiliation teaches that. You watch your surroundings. You watch motions. And you take into consideration what's being said. And if it makes sense, you say, good luck. Period. None of them did that, which told me whoever was the OG was either young too, was either not really an OG, or they wanted them to get caught. They wanted them to get caught. Crazy, right? because that's exactly what happened. I know. Listen, I know. I know. Let's get a bit deeper here. I always that that's my saying. Let's get a bit deeper. Okay? So if I considered you wanted them to get caught, there was something that was very particular you should not have done. Let's bring it out. Why is Trayvon Newsom the only one that walked in lawyered up? Now, Robert Allen lawyered up shortly after, but he walked into the courtroom lawyered up. That's a dead giveaway. And I'm not an investigator. So I'm not going to, the moment that happened, I would have caught you. I would have caught everyone around you. I would have caught all the affiliates. I would have caught you all. That was the dead giveaway that they let the evidence expire from. That was the dead giveaway. He walks in lawyered up. This dude, I'm supposed to believe he's getting so much money that he can walk in lawyered up. That's a lie. I would have checked your lawyer's pockets. I would have checked your pockets. I would have checked everyone around you. I would have found out how you made your money in the last 10 years. And I guarantee I would have got you. I would have got you. Oh, sucker, I would have got you. That was the dead giveaway. When that happened, I stepped back and laughed. I was like, got him. Now I could play the game a certain way because Sun Tzu Art of War, I already see where you're going. Now, he's still moving funny. And they still aren't getting it. Look, I have every suspect either asking for statements or looking for experts to get involved. He is the only one declaring he needs bail. He is the only one declaring, I need bailed out. You have no evidence. Well, dummy, you begging for bail is my evidence now. You see how funny that was? He should have followed suit because then that would have kept the game of Jeopardy going. You get me? I'm just telling you how to think like the law. That would have been a game of Jeopardy still going. Well, now he wants experts. He's the only one looking for bail and trusting fully in his lawyer. That's a dead giveaway. He knows something now. He can't, there's no way you can argue with me you know something now. Because you would not be begging for bail and me thinking you're sticking to some code when I can't even say you're completely innocent. When I caught you all the way up east, running from the south, if you turned yourself in, then this would seem normal. But you ran first and was the last caught. Now go back to the video when I was talking to you. Go back to the video. I talked to you. I talked to you. You didn't listen. I told you you were the last one caught. So for you to come in lawyered up, I would have questioned, why'd you run up to the east? Who's up there? If they followed that trail, it would have led them to a lot of people. But they're so dumb. They do what I say, but they don't know how to finish it. Now remember, in those same videos, I told you I'm going to tell you what they're going to do, but I'm not going to tell you how you need to finish it. They didn't finish it right. They didn't finish it. Bottom line. Now, I know Newsom knows something. Not only that, I know it's funny style because if I get into the in-depth details, the longer this goes on, the faster feds are going to get involved. The faster they're going to get involved. And I'm not just talking about in Florida. I mean the top gunners. You guys think because they got FBI on their coat, those are the best feds. No, dummy. This is when I get real intelligence involved, where everybody gets bagged. Everybody gets bagged. From the little boy you have on the corner moving your work gets bagged. Because you had guys that were not acting appropriately. Then what? The pressure's on who? The glorified snitch. I tried to tell you. Go back and check the record. I told the mastermind, you left some people in motion, which made no sense. They can tell the tale. You didn't listen. You let them keep running around. Now, these dudes in motion, they're a liability. They're a liability. You already got the suspects claiming their innocence to an extent, getting experts involved. Now you got someone free that can tell the story. They get picked up, it's over. I told you had one of the dudes that knew pillow talking. Pillow talking to a skis. Pillow talk. Pillow talk. Telling a woman. Wow. Wow. Telling the woman everything. Now she gets bagged. Well, destiny, of course, is plural. Of course, it's plural. But I'd rather speak to the king, honcho. You know, Czar's a king. Czar's a king. I'm a honcho. I got to speak directly to the top mastermind. But yeah, there's more. There's more. And that's obvious. You want to know why? Because if there weren't more than one, see, I tested every angle. They're like, why are you still talking about it? TheCzarr, I'm objective. I tested every angle of you guys. I tested your fake witness. Did you see what she said to me behind the scenes? She failed. Do you see what Victor said to me? He failed. They directly answered me, number one, that was a no-no. Whereas in Genesis' case, it would benefit you to speak up because of what I got on you. And I know you're playing the game of blackmail. I'm trying to figure out who you're blackmailing. I have my thoughts. I have names written down. Looking at all the angles you can blackmail them, but you're definitely blackmailing something. I know you are. Because of what I'm reading you say. I have it. See, I'm not the investigation. So I didn't send it anywhere yet. I told you, your private messages, they come straight to TheCzarr, Jenny. They come straight to TheCzarr. Your private sayings, everything, I got the eye on you. You're not gang. You're not in it for real. Stop playing. You're here because you had a lucky night. Let's be real. I'm on you. Oh, I'm on you. People around you? Pictures of you at other parties? What are you really doing? Let's just cut to the chase. Sanchez, what are you doing? You're so sloppy in your movements. You are the sloppiest girl I've seen move. Then you came for Geneva. I saw what you said. Oh, you mad at her, right? You mad. That's why X would choose her over you, wouldn't it? That's why X choose her over you. Because Geneva moves authentic. You can say what you want. She moves authentic. X would definitely pick Jen over Jen. I know he would. He probably didn't know how you move under pressure because he didn't know you that well. But she moves more sturdy than you. And I can tell you that from the back scenes conversation she had. She moves more sturdy than you. She doesn't have a bunch of money off of people, but she's realer. I'm sorry, she's realer with her movements. She came at TheCzarr and what? Yeah, I did that. I did that too. I did this. She said I did this. She opened up and said what she did. She didn't hide it. What? I have a question. What can I say to the truth? Oh, TheCzarr says you did this. Yeah, I did it. And what am I going to say? Okay, you did it. That's my only response. I was telling you since the beginning. Be honest. Be real. Because do you have any idea? Let me ask you. Do you have a clue what these suspects are saying? No. Better yet, do you have a clue what these experts are saying? Let's say these witnesses are lying. Because you're not truthful, now these witnesses tell a tale that you're not willing to refute. How could you? How could your word be trusted? Since they opened up and said the first thing that they wanted to hear, which was something. Do you get me? I told you from the jump, these witnesses, they could get up and lie about everything, include you. If you don't have some type of story that's known, what do you have? Oh, now you want to speak after the fact. That's how law looks at it. I told you all the videos you went for, Jen. I told you this. All you wanted to do was attack me because I brought up some things you were doing. It was me around the way giving you advice. But y'all are so hard-headed, prideful, so hateful that you don't want to hear advice. You don't care. I don't even think you care if you get caught for something. Like, you don't care. And I don't get it. Because if I love my son, I'd stand up and fight for my freedom. I'd stand up and fight. And Mad Lord, even if these people are corrupted, she cannot be corrupted. You are the living legacy. If I say, I'm the baby mama, this is my son, this is his only seed coming up first, foremost, top. I can't be corrupted. I gotta be authentic because they're looking at me as the living legacy. I told you that many times. I gave you every tool you needed to be a powerful entity in the game. Like, I mean, powerful. You don't want to listen. You just attack the videos instead of looking at them and learning criticism from them. Well, maybe he's right on this point. I should have did this different. Maybe he's right on this. I should have did this different. You don't care. That's why you get people bagged, because you don't care. You just care about yourself. That's a bad way to move. Especially when you expect other people to hold you down. Learn something from the baby father. Learn something. When he was breaking off 20K for kids that were impoverished, was he thinking about himself? When he was throwing fundraisers for charity, for kids, going speaking to kids, going helping, doing handouts to kids. Not just once I seen you do it. I seen you do it once, not just once. All the time, man. He learned his lesson. Unfortunately, that's when people came for him. But you didn't learn from that? And when I see other affiliates around, I'm like, it's such clown behavior. Y'all didn't learn anything from him. Y'all didn't learn anything. Y'all just running around doing the same old stuff, expecting different results. That's crazy. And I told you that before, earlier on. I spoke to these guys' souls. I spoke to y'all soul. And y'all didn't hear it. Well, now, if you only knew what was being talked about in court, you changed today. All of you. If you knew what these experts were going for, what they were being told, all of you would change your life instantly. I be trying to help these dudes. They be trying to send people to mess business up, to talk crazy behind the scenes. Like, it's lame. It's lame. Number one, you don't even have a clue why I'm doing this. You don't have a clue. You don't have a clue where TheCzarr came from with this. You don't have a clue the type of conversations I had. You don't have a clue the type of people that situations happened to because of how they were talking. That stuff is not a game. And I wasn't play with them at all. You don't have a clue. Yet you want to say this, you want to do that, or attack his video, or this. But you'll put respect on a lame getting on media that can't even teach nothing, can't even speak right, isn't even entertaining. You'll do that all day long because you don't want to hear the truth. You don't want to. That's okay. Because reality is going to set in When you realize what's happening in this court, reality is going to set in fast. I'm telling you, what is going to happen is setting in fast. Everybody that thought they were dipping and dodging, messing with Jocelyn, messing with Tentacion, y'all thought y'all were going to dip and dodge and profit off of it? The countdowns now, they aren't playing, man. When these guys get bagged, they, like, tell me, when they start bagging more people, you think they're not snitching? Do you think they didn't put every affiliate up in the courtroom and question them behind the scenes? That didn't happen? Oh, I'm rumors. I'm a lie. Let me let it go. I'm such a lie. They weren't questioning affiliates? One of them didn't mess up? Really? Perfect. Perfect. Interview, perfect. Really? Like, stop playing with me. Ben, and Ben. We been, man. You, like, I'm telling you. They ain't going, listen, the greatest that ever did what they did were not respected until they moved on to something else. Really, they weren't respected. When you go back and watch and see what I said, you're going to be like, yo, how do you know? Yo. Real talk. You're not going to realize it. But then it won't matter. It's going to be something else. I tried to tell y'all, man. Who did you have? Let me ask you, throughout this case, who did you have giving info to investigators, to suspects, to the judge, to whoever else, to a witness, to the jury, to the people they were looking for? I hit every angle. If this was sex, I hit it from every angle. Period. I hit it from every angle. There wasn't a position we didn't do. Really? And you had dudes you want to put respect on jumping up at me, like speaking about it. Oh, when we hear it in the news. Oh, when I said that a week ago, what they're talking about this week. And I said it before it came out. Not because all the time I knew someone told me, dummy. It's because insight and that above. The long arm of the Gemini, dummy. I mastered my craft. I mastered it. I mastered the craft. You're talking to a guy who watched YouTube 5 years straight, everybody, before I even dropped. Are you stupid? I mastered my craft. Yet you got these other guys getting up here acting like they're teaching you foreign sayings and you will do this and after that. Then try and befriend me. And when after the YouTuber tried to befriend me, then try and turn on me. When I was rejecting them from the start. I knew you were funny style. I could see you speaking. I said, that is a funny style MFer. I wouldn't hang out with that dude in life, let alone talk to him. Dude asking for my number. I was like, no. What are you trying to call me about? The dude was trying to call me earlier on. Trying to call me. Shout out to Chris A, Queen Prodigy. That was the relief I had, getting to speak to two authentic people. You have no clue who was trying to call me. These dudes were crazy. I was like, no. And also, I had no problem talking with Dom. I watched Dom a lot in the past. A lot. Not too much lately. I don't see his posts that much, though. But I watched Dom. I put more respect on Dom. Dom, if you only knew the guys hitting me up. Like, these dudes were mad funny. Like, they were booty bandits. Like, straight up, he was looking for booty. I was like, what is up with this dude? Sounded funny. Talking funny. Dudes getting up with a pink bag. Like, humble yourself. Look in this bag. You had a pink bag, my dude. I had to ether you. I don't care about that. You're young. You're flashing money and you young. Need other men to be tough. Like, you're young. You're young. if you think that that's what it is, period. Then I caught one of the fake witnesses calling you bro, and you were on the scene. Y'all tried it. Y'all tried it. Oh, y'all tried it. One man army did you in. The one man army. You can't mess with it. You did what I wanted you to do. And off of you doing that, I was able to find out who you were. You were a part of that. And did you see what she said? Oh, if anybody has love for X. Did you see what she said? So you co-signed her. She's calling you bro, saying she enjoyed that day. You co-signed her? Crazy. She's saying she enjoyed that day. She's glad he got done in. Really? You're glad? And that's bro? So what is he really talking about? I put two and two together like like you got YouTube. YouTube can hold my views back because they knew I was rocketing and I had the YouTube shaking. That's cool. But you can't stop the grind. You can't stop the mind, and you can't stop the momentum of growth of someone who's driven, who actually put respect on your name. So that tells me, YouTube, you play around, you're no different than these filthy whores out here. Somebody being loyal to you and you want to play around on them. That's cool. That's cool. We know your type. We know. I know. The other stories that we did, the other different things we put together, the other things, they tried to play like that. Come on. You knew I was right. You knew I was right. The T Streets thing, they knew I was right. 90% of the people that were in the building were from Chiraq. 90%. They knew I was right. They knew I was right. They couldn't refute it. Matter of fact, the woman cop, she asked me, well, how did you know that? I knew that. I knew that. How isn't it a setup when you allowed him to use a phone when he could not use phones in the building? How is that not a setup? Matter of fact, let me get a bit deeper. I wouldn't be surprised if you knew the guys who rode around and did it. You saw him name dropping a bunch of, like, look at the evidence. I'm telling you, this story is no different with X. Look at the evidence. You got a lot of lame YouTubers who have no topic, don't bring no entertainment. They get up on, brag about getting views. If I leave something back, I'd rather it make sense. If I do craft, do art and creative, I'd rather it make sense than me be someone's bang puppet. Had a bunch of guys hand up my butt, allowing me to speak a certain way, giving me the knowledge directly. I would have millions of subs. Trial and error is how I learned the game. Trial and error is how I learned this game. Stop playing with me. This is from the bottom. No cosigns. I just learned from watching some of the greatest moguls in YouTube history. Period. And you can see them in iconic channels. I show you. Iconic channels is everyone who I watched and that I thought was the dopest channels on YouTube. Period. Let me see. You know, before I make another move, I'm probably going to be back on the late night with y'all. I got to get to the other part. Remember, glorify snitches. There's always someone on the inside, even though you think someone else is the snitch. That's the moral of the story. And these guys don't seem to get that concept. That concept is beyond them. They think everybody riding around screaming gang, gang, doing shootouts with them is with them. I told you, bottom line, there's people that are around you to tell on you. They'll do the dirt with you and you won't see it coming. That's why you do your dirt alone. I tried to coach you up. Bottom line, I'm not going to tell them again. Let them all get caught together. Let that snitch tell on them all. I don't care. I don't care. He'll get you all bagged doing 20 to life. And let's see if you wish you listened to Czar then. Tried to tell you dummies. I told y'all this from the beginning. You guys are hard-headed. You're hard-headed. Still hanging around trying to go around the guy who's telling everything. Just telling. He's telling so much. I don't know how he has time to even party with you. Snitch. Doing crime with you. Really trying to tell on you. Crazy. It's crazy. Then everybody's saying, oh, X is an abuser. When his homie has a girl with pictures that is blatantly saying it, not going back on the fact he beat her. Get out my face. Get out my face. And y'all ain't saying nothing to him. And he's a worse rapper. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You're trash, man. You're trash. Straight drop trash. Shout out. I'm going to have some dope artists coming. You guys need to change up your style because this artist is the truth. If I do say so myself. And I thought about it because his song Straight Drop. It's fire. It's fire, man. It's so straight drop, man. It's fire. Currently, I have a lot of New York artists that I'm going to be displaying to y'all. A lot of New York artists. They're fire, yo. They're straight fire, man. You're going to love it. I was listening to the songs earlier. They're on point. Let me see. Just seeing. I'm reading. This is me reading everything that was said. Sorry about that. Yeah, you guys, I'm looking for you to see what's going on. I'm going to be in community reposting some artists so you could check out the music. Hopefully, once I get this system up and running, I got my spot. You know, I had to get the table and chair together, the area together. All that's together. I'm going to be going live, and you're going to be able to communicate with me. I just have to get one more point out. If you don't get it tonight, you're going to get it early tomorrow. All tomorrow, I'm going to be hitting y'all in the head with it. That's a promise. And if tonight you don't see the new setup, you're going to see it tomorrow. Again, I just wanted to talk to y'all. Y'all think everybody is gang about that life, a part of something, when really they're there to snitch on you. But you think because they talk about going out doing crimes and smoking with you and stuff, they're not really undercover. These dudes are undercover. They're undercover. And they're going to snitch on you. Like, that's what they're supposed to do. Doesn't matter what y'all do together. He could have landed the shot that killed the person. He's not going to be convicted. You are. Because you guys went out together. Oh, what links are you talking about, Destiny? You got to remind me. Are you talking about the pictures? Oh, are you talking about those pictures I was talking about with them referring to Dirty Sanchez? Oh, right. I'm going to send you that. I'll send you those. I'm going to send you the links to your Instagram. I got you. I got you. I didn't forget. I just wasn't thinking of that at the moment, but I didn't forget. I'm gonna send you those. I just have to slide over to a different station and just start sending those to you. Shout out everybody. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna go live again, but at the least you're getting an upload again. And this one's gonna be a little different. I'm gonna bring up different terminology tomorrow. Patreon, I got y'all. I know I tell you that, but I have to get the setup together because the new joint is gonna be hot. Yes, I am still active on Patreon. I am. Um, I will go into details. I won't be saying names right now because there's a serious case going on. Yeah, Cloud video. We'll talk about that. But look. Here's the thing. Just Geneva videotaped it so we know. Do you have Sanchez videotaping anything? What do you think she's doing? No, let me ask you, what do you think she's doing? She is you're telling me lie detector test. I challenge Jen, since I know you like to do stuff, I challenge you to a lie detector test to say that you wasn't doing anything active since X has been gone. I challenge you. I challenge you. Because what you're going to make me do is show you some private messages I don't think you want public. I'll make the whole X fan turn against you. I will show, I will make them never look at you straight again. Seriously. They'll never respect you again if I show what I want to show. Oh, you know I'm itching to show it. I want you to answer this. I want you to try and be disrespectful. You'll never walk straight again. You'll never walk straight again. I know what you're doing. And here's my thing. Your friend that exposed you, I been knew that. I been knew that. I been knew that. I just wanted to give you some respect and not mention it. But when you came for my videos, I realized something. Ain't no love in war. Everything's fair. That's what you declared. War on me. Because you attacked videos where I told the truth. So that tells me you want to live a lie. Therefore, I'm going to have to stand for something or I'll fall for anything. Stand for something or you'll fall for anything. And I stand for something. Oh, I stand for something. You don't even know what affiliation I have. You're only seeing what they want you to see. But I'm telling you, I know what you're doing. And I told you, bottom line, play nice. And you better take that rumor, them things where you're saying rumors, you better take that back. Seriously, take that back. Eat your words, or I'll give you a reason to never mention rumors again. Video doesn't lie, baby girl. Video does not lie. I'm sorry. I don't get off to girls with bodies like Slender Man. I don't get off to girls with bodies like Slender Man. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Y'all know that's funny. Even if you hate me, that is funny. I know y'all seen a video or two. Mm-mm-mm. She I was like, I was like, what is this? I was like, what is she doing? I was like, is that her dropping it like it's hot? Is that her riding? Oh my God. I was like, what the heck? I was like, dang. I know she's mad, but why are you mad at me? You're doing these activities and it's getting recorded and you ain't even know it. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? You're the one doing it. How are you mad at me and you're the one doing it? How are you mad at me when you're the one that caused war? You went for my videos. You did that. You did that. You want to know how I know you did that? Because the person that did it's related to you. I found that out with the quickness. I'm like, oh, they're related. Okay. And it matches up with the situations where people giving these. I got women ready to speak about you threatening them. I got women that's ready to speak about you threatening them. Like, are you stupid? Do you know how I really could do you? No, I don't think you know how I really could do you dirty. But I didn't. And you still attack my videos. I was like, is she serious? I'm like, is she serious? Really? Respectfully, let's speak about this like it's Dragon Ball Z. And then I'm getting ghost. I gotta handle some stuff. If you think I haven't reached Super Saiyan level yet, I'm already blue. And I haven't powered up to even fight you as a Super Saiyan. I haven't even used resources. Well, not on you. I didn't do it on you. I have on others. But that was another scenario. We don't want to talk about that. Because I got to plead the fifth on that anyway. I plead the fifth on that. Anyways. I plead the fifth on that. Excuse me for that. Anyways. I gave you respect and I gave you info on how to move. You took it as an attack. So I had to react. You attacked my platform. Yes, you did. You attacked my platform for no reason. You're like, YouTube, this guy is. But you said nothing about these other YouTubers who was destroying you in video, getting a bunch of views, but you came at me, which confirms you didn't like the real truth. See, you know these other guys ain't going to get the truth, right? You know they ain't. But you know I am. That's the problem. You know I am. So respectfully, thank you. Thank you for confirming whatever was already confirmed yourself. But your favorite rapper's time, your favorite movie star's time, your favorite's time, your favorite mogul's time, your favorite everybody's time. The greatest nation since United Nations. You know how I rock. We dine, we age like fine wine. All rights reserved. Here to get everything we deserve. Excuse me. All rights reserved. Here to get everything we deserve. And you already know it's the czar. You getting served. We out.